Live.com co-players of the game, Sophie, Gregory, and Livvie Showalter going off here in John Jay and Janet Cafaro Gymnasium, home of the Irish. And really, girls, this game kind of reminded me of your game against Salem at home, where it was like a little bit of lower scoring in the first half. It was really close. Irish had that 1-point lead, and all of a sudden, second half, you guys exploded too. What was the talks like in that halftime locker room, and what was a sudden change of momentum for you guys in that third?
We talked about how we were kind of letting them control the game. Knowing personnel was definitely a big thing for us, and taking control in the second half. Yeah, we just knew that what we worked on at practice, we were not playing as good as we should have been, and we decided to pick it up, and that's what turned the game around.
So in that first half, you got into a bit of foul trouble, had 3 fouls, but you kept yourself in the game throughout that third quarter. Didn't pick up your fourth until the fourth. What was it like for you after picking up that third, knowing you'd be limited minutes for that first half, to kind of make sure you weren't going to get yourself in that risk in that second half?
I definitely found myself on the bench a lot more, which wasn't very fun, but it's okay. And I just had to guard other players, kind of, that weren't as aggressive, hold my own, be smart.
Livvie, you were exploding there, 20 points, and I think you scored 8, maybe 10 straight, if I'm counting correctly too, all at the rim too. Just talk to me about finding your shot tonight and being able to be that kind of turning tide for your team tonight.
I mean, it was all because the rest of my teammates were able to get the passes in the backcourt, and because they got it through the other players in the backcourt, I was just open to at the end of the rim.
Girls, let's talk about this defense you guys are able to put up in the second half. In the game against Salem, it was close by 1 point, 31-5 second half. Tonight, 32-16, you outscore Ursuline in the second half. What is it behind this defense in the second half? What's kind of ticking up for you guys to really, I guess, just put up these stands against these high-scoring teams?
I mean, defense is what this program is founded on, I guess. It's our tradition. So we know that our defense wasn't the best in the first with how close the score was. So in the second half, we knew that if we picked up our defense, we would control the game.
So let's talk about that touch pass that you had in the lane, the jumping touch pass. That was a thing of beauty. I don't see too many of those too often too. Is that something you've been practicing a lot? How'd you get that into your repertoire?
I mean, it wasn't really a play that we had. I just saw Livvie open while I was in the air, so I tried to just work it out.
You talk about being able to be productive in so many facets of the game too, and you really do. You find yourself in so many areas of the box score too. When it goes to, I guess, practicing for the game, getting prepared for the game, do you have to, I guess, give attention to all those areas too? Does it come naturally for you? How do you find yourself being productive in so many areas of the game?
I mean, I definitely try to work on all of them as much as possible, but having my team pressure me in practice and making it a lot harder for the games to be easy.
Final question to both of you girls. 8-0, I'm sure it feels good. I always like to ask this question, and for you guys, I know you're probably thinking about 9-0, but how does 8-0 feel? How are you guys going to get to 9-0?
It feels great, especially having a win on the road after getting out of the EBC. It'll definitely fuel us for the upcoming games.
Yeah, it definitely feels good, especially looking back into last season. We talked with our coach, our record wasn't that good at this point in the year, and putting in all the work we put in over the summer, we definitely deserve it, but we can't be content with that. We gotta keep pushing.
The number 2 team in the Power 25 West Branch stays undefeated. They are 8-0 on the season following the win at Ursuline.